Andres, make that radio show, and as y'all can see, I got a new background. First guest with the new background.
Turn up.
No, you are. Because everybody else I've been doing, they've been online. I got this other service that I use where I've been interviewing people online and stuff like that. So I've been going through Zoom. But in-person guests, you can go ahead and introduce yourself. And today, I'll let you do it. Let you say why we're talking today and the topic for today.
It's so many different topics. We're just gonna have to pick one. But I'm Spain with the Spain Experience, and we're gonna be talking about my new program called Seat at the Table. So what Seat at the Table is about is us taking a seat and learning who we are, and learning all the major aspects and what it is that we need to learn and gain so that we can contribute.
Now, is us just encompassing of women, or is it encompassing of both parties?
Mostly women, because I can't speak for men.
Yeah.
Now, I know what y'all like.
Know what men
But that's
like.
about it. I can't say whether or not, I can't speak and say all men are the same, because you're not. But at the same time,
Well,
I know.
women are not the same though.
Right. But a lot of women treat it like you are. And that's not the case. So we're just going to be talking about, what it is that we can do to be better women.
Okay, so what are some things then? Let's get into that. And then, the inspiration behind this as well.
The inspiration behind it is, what really, really just made me want to do it is the lack of professionalism in the beauty industry.
Okay.
It's so many people, clients rather, that have come to me and they just like, I don't like this person, I don't like that person. There's too much gossip just looking at the surrounding. And I'm like, something got to change. And it all starts with the professional, because I've learned, since I've been doing makeup, I've been in makeup for 7 years, but I've been doing hair basically all my life. I had my first hair client when I was 11. So I had been doing it up until the time I was 26. So I got a few years up under my belt. And me being in a salon, it was so much drama. And I was like, this has to change. It's got to be something different. But it all starts with that first individual. And learning what it is that you want to make as far as money. How do you want to make your clients feel? Whether or not their lives have elevated since they've been in your chair. So I took inventory over my own stuff because, I'm my first experiment, right?
Yeah.
So with me seeing the duration of the time that I've been in a salon, when I was younger, like the first salon I worked in, I was 19. I didn't know what I was doing. It was horrible. So yeah, I would gossip, I would participate. But I look at my life then and I look at my life now. And not only do I notice the difference in my life, but I notice the difference in my client's life. And I notice the difference in my money as well. Because the more professional I became and the more I dug into myself, the more I could charge. Women don't realize the more professional you are, the more money you can charge. And you'll be able to help them elevate their lives too. Like, I want to say maybe 4 of my clients, if I'm not mistaken, 4 of my clients, they bought houses over the past year. So it's like, what am I offering to my people besides the skill? Because I'm good at what I do, true enough. But it's who I am that promotes that for my clients.
Yeah, I think y'all are an anchor, because I see it with the barbers and stylists, makeup artists, any type of service in that area, even anything that's in a proxy or auxiliary service that's attached to that. It's a life-changing type of service that you're providing. Yes, like you said, the skill set is there, but it's the venting and being like a quote-unquote therapist, so to speak, where you get to input nuggets into people's lives, and then you get to water those seeds that you put in there, and then they get to blossom right in front of your very eyes.
Exactly.
It's a lot that comes with it. That's why I'm always tipping my barber and stuff like that, because just to go and to express feelings or whatever, as someone who's not going to be like biased or whatever the case may be, because talking to family and friends, they're going to have their own biases towards you, whether it's good or bad.
Right.
But then talking to somebody who's not like fully invested in you, from a personal standpoint, who can look at something from a different lens and offer you real advice, or everybody, hey, why don't you try this or do that or blah blah blah. It's a lot, but there's also the other side or whatever, and taking on a lot of your clients' problems.
Right.
And you got to dump that somewhere.
Right.
You got to offload that.
Right.
So yeah, as long as you got that cool balance between that, it's a great profession to be in.
Exactly, and that is the first program that I'm coming with, the balance of energy. So I'll be teaching women how to balance between masculinity and femininity, and being able to unload and knowing how to unload, because I've seen a lot of people do it the wrong way, and it's having an effect on the people that they service, and it affects the work environment, and it becomes messy, and then you lose people, then you lose money, and it sucks.
Yeah, because nobody wants to be in a toxic environment,
right?
Regardless of us gravitating towards reality shows and things of nature, we have our little things that we like as individuals, but we like to consume them in the manner of which we like to consume them, whether it be through a TV show or whatever the case may be, or the shade room, or scrolling through just for entertainment purposes. We don't want to consume them in where we do business at.
Right.
And that's the thing that people got to understand. So, you don't give away the sauce or nothing like that, but where are some key areas you would focus in on that people don't necessarily think, you should focus in on?
It's the mindset. And you hit the nail on the head even with what you consume. Because just as well as we are sowing into other people, we're sowing into ourselves first. So when we consume and watch these different shows, what are you putting into your mind? So the first thing I'm going to hit is the mindset. Because what are you thinking about? Whatever you think about is what you will become. How do you look at success? How does that make you feel? Are you afraid of it? Because I know at one point I was afraid of success because I was afraid of what it would turn me into. How would I react to having a lot of money? How would I treat other people because I have a lot of money? You get what I'm saying? So that's the first thing that I'm going to hit.
I love that. That brings up a thing I've done. I don't know if you noticed, one of the shows on my wall back there was The Ugly Side of Entrepreneurship.
I don't think I looked. I'm going to have to go back and look at it.
Yeah. I put out 2 episodes already, and I got a casting call flyer that's being done right now by my graphic designer, so I'm going to put that out as well for season 2. So I've shot season 1 already. 11 episodes. I put 2 of them out so far. I got to edit the rest of them. And that will be done this month and going into next and releasing them however I release them. But that's I wanted to do that because, like you said, one of the stories, because each entrepreneur I talked to had their own story, right? And that was actually one of them. That was actually my first one. She was scared of her success. She had, it was Sharinga. She, the first business she had, you take Marvel comics and stuff like that and design shoes with them. So she's repurposing them. Got to the point she was doing $80 grand or whatever a year. And then Marvel caught wind of it, whatever, sending her cease and desist letter.
Wow.
Now, she didn't know at the time, though, that there's laws to protect against that, where you could take something first purpose use and make something else new out of it, and you're covered.
Right.
But because it's this David versus Goliath type of story, and she didn't have no one in her corner, she was scared of that. So then she moved on to another industry and stuff like that or whatever, and just kept, changing industries a couple of times because she would get great responses, but then she's like, whoa, this is a lot. And people don't realize when you're doing $100,000, $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, that's a lot to keep up with. And you got to be mentally prepared for that. Like you said, how were you at once you do get this stuff? People say money changes people. I don't necessarily believe that. Money is a tool. I think it highlights things that was there already, and you're just more secure in highlighting that, whether it be the good or the bad. Because some people will get money, and what they do with it, they become philanthropists, and they give it away to causes, which is fine. You do whatever you want to do with your money. You get other people who get money or whatever, and now they like to, maybe because they were deprived growing up. And had, they were poor and in poverty. So now they want to make themselves feel good by buying the expensive cars and houses and stuff like that. And again, people can do whatever they want to with their money. It's their money to make, it's theirs to do with or whatever. But yeah, I thought that, it's interesting or whatever, because people don't think about that concept of, oh, I'm making money now and everything. How am I going to feel and how am I going to experience the world with the new outlook? Because once you satisfy, like, with the Maslow's hierarchy of needs and stuff, right? So you get food, clothing, shelter, financial security. Once you satisfy those needs, now what? And I tell people all the time, like, even wealthy people, right? They get up and they go to work for a reason. It's not because they want to accumulate more wealth. It's because they're now purpose driven. And you as a person, once you hit a certain level of threshold of financial security, now what? What are you even doing with your life?
Exactly. I'm glad you said that too, because even with bill endorsement, it'll change your entire mindset on how you look at what you have. And I feel like if more people were aware of how it works, they wouldn't be so attached to the materials because it's already paid for. And when you know it's already paid for, you won't have to work so hard to get it again. So just say, for example, if I bought a house, I endorse this house. The house is mine, and I'm not paying physical money because ultimately physical money is debt. A lot of people don't know that. So if the house caught on fire, it's cool because I can go get another one. And it won't cost me an arm, a leg, and a thigh as far as Federal Reserve knows. But at the same time, I have the mindset to not panic, to not have to sit here and, go all off to other people and be negative to other people and be mean to other people because of my circumstance. You get what I'm saying? That's really the number one reason why people are so angry. It's because of what they don't have.
Yeah, like the resources.
Exactly. So if they know they have the resources and access to the resources, it won't be so bad no more.
Yeah, I'm like, there's a lot of stuff that with even with programs and stuff that are out there that people don't even realize that individuals can obtain and participate in. And like you said earlier, life's supposed to be easy and abundant. I believe in this. It's not supposed to be survival all the time. Once you hit a certain threshold or whatever, if it's qualifications for that industry, cool. Just like, how you do hair, you do makeup and stuff like that. There's a certain threshold of, qualifications that you got to meet in order to participate in the industry. After that, it's about flourishing and, having the abundance of. And there's nothing wrong with having the abundance of stuff because in order, to have these different experiences, you have to have, resources. One of them is like, X amount of dollars or whatever coming in, monthly, yearly, whatever the case may be, to be able to go and like travel and see the world for what it really is as opposed to what people paint it as. And have those experiences for yourself. Be able to go and try, all these different foods and stuff like that. Be able to go and just, sit with yourself or with a group of people and enjoy a collective experience.
Right.
I'm like, come on. My life is about abundance, not, stress and...
Yeah, that's the whole motive of all of what I do is because I know I live an abundant life. And other people should experience that. And the fact that a lot of people don't know, it's sad. And it sucks because it's just like, life could be better, right?
Yeah.
But come on, come join me, come sit at the table and we can talk about this because life don't have to be that way for you.
So when do you plan on launching and
Well, right now I'm allowing people to join the wait list for the inner circle. And basically what the inner circle is, you have access to me. And a lot of people don't. So in order for you to have
access, yes.
Right. So in order for you to have access to me and to be able to get the information to be abundant and have an abundant life and share abundance, you have to sign up for the wait list. And the first meeting is November 1st.
Okay. So right around the corner. And so as people go through the program, what is it like, when they sign up, is this like a monthly thing, a yearly thing where, it's broken down quarterly or something like that? What is like the outline of it?
Now the inner circle is all year.
Okay.
The inner circle is. But I will be putting out different programs that they'll have access to. So if you're not in that inner circle, you won't be able to have access to it. Because this is abundance. And it takes the mindset that you have to want abundance, you'll get in the inner circle.
Yeah.
If you don't want to have abundance, you won't worry about it. And I don't want to put it in people's face where you need this, but when you know what you need, because I'm not searching for nobody. It's people looking for me because they want abundance. So once they get in that inner circle, they have access to everything.
So how are you going to balance that between what you do now?
I mean, the price just went up a little. You know,
we all
when you really want something, you'll pay for it.
Yeah.
So the price gonna go up because every time I get too many clients or too overwhelmed, go up on the price.
Yeah, you're supposed to.
Yeah.
That's actually what I tell people. Like, I went up on my prices for some other stuff not too long ago, and about to go up again. But yeah, because again, I tell people like time is the only asset that we can't get back, and we all have the same amount of time. It's just what we do with it. And that shapes where our lives go. And once we take ownership of our time, then that's when things start to change, and you start to knock down these walls and stuff, and start to see, the forest through the trees, or however they say that. And, all those like cool sayings or whatever that really resonate with you in life.
Right.
Once you start to pay attention. But yeah. Because, I tell people, money can be made, money can be lost, money can be made again. But your time and what you do with it will determine where you are. And a lot of people, they just waste their time and waste their potential. So, you've been an entrepreneur for a good little minute, right? Is there any, thing that you do, daily or weekly, any type of ritual or quotes or anything that you have?
I meditate every day, every morning. I make sure I meditate. For one, I know I have to tap in with God, because if I don't, that's the one that's leading me in everything that I do. That's my dependency and my lifeline. I have to meditate. I gotta tap in. I gotta have a conversation. And in that relationship that I have with Him, I know that any relationship that I build after that will align. That's the number one thing. Meditation.
Yeah.
Hour a day. 5 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
Sometimes I don't want to get up. But
even on the weekends,
it's required. Yeah. Even on the weekends.
It's dedication.
If I gotta take a nap, I gotta take a nap, but I gotta get up at 5. Because if I don't, what will my life look like?
Yeah, I used to be not a morning person, but I'm a morning person now as I gotten older in life. Yeah, I'm during my college years and stuff like that, I didn't really care for it. But I see why people wake up in the morning and 5 o'clock and stuff like that and are productive, because it gets you going. And then you get to see how much you get to accomplish throughout the day. And I used to post lists on Facebook, a Wednesday of everything that I did. And it would be 14 items. And that was only within 3 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, it was super productive. Picking up kids, dropping them off, doing this, doing that, blah, 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 blah. And people oh my, can you do it? They're yeah. What you do with your time, there's a lot you can do in a small window. And I've learned how to become very efficient. So what might take other people 8 hours to do, I can do it in 3. And then have those other 5 hours to do with what I want to. Because I've already done what I need to do for the day. And then also, I've learned how to, pace myself, too. So I was go, 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 go. Like the Energizer Bunny, just going and going and going. I'm you'll burn yourself out doing that. You have to learn how to pace and, set goals and stuff like that and hit those goals and try to hit them when you want to and stuff like that. But at the same time, don't overwhelm yourself.
Right. Because
it's all about the quality. I believe in quality over quantity.
Oh, yeah.
Last year, I did 100 interviews. It was a goal I want to do.
That's a lot of interviews.
Yeah, it is. It's one every other day. And those are just those. Okay, so this in perspective. The 100 interviews were full depth interviews, right? Those are the ones where everybody's on the wall, right? I did 100 of those. I also went to events and I interviewed people as well. So I did 3 or 4 events last year as well. So overall, I think I did close to about 150, 170 interviews. If you count the small ones, right? I just wanted the goal, and I hit the goal. This year, as you saw, as far as in-person interviews, I'm you're number 25, and then I got some more out of it. So I'm around maybe close to 30 this year. Nowhere near. Yeah, you would know where
because
you 100. Because
you made a
a
decision though.
Uh-huh.
You made a decision to pace yourself.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel?
Oh, I love it because it allows me to do like all the other stuff. So I'm a creative person. I love to create. I love doing new things and stuff that hasn't been done, especially in this area. I think that's what I'm pretty much being known for now. So like all these different skits, and I'll show them to you in a little while. I'm like, they're hilarious, and when the creativity hits me, I don't have to worry about, I can't execute it right now because I got something else lined up.
Right.
I got my interviews spaced out, the ones that I'm doing this month. I think I got 6 of them lined up for this month. But they're not every day or anything like that. It's like every other day or something like that, and during the slow time during the day, pretty much. So yeah, I feel really good. And then I get to have, not to say that my interviews I didn't have like great conversations, but I get to have even greater quality conversations and pick and choose who I want to talk to, as opposed to, just trying to hit a number.
Right, because energy transfers.
Mm-hmm.
And when you sit and talking to people that have depleted their own energy, they taking from you too.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll make you tired as well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see how you do it.
Well, just like how you do, the hair, the makeup and stuff like that, and then, creating programs is, just it's my passion. Like I tell people, I talk to people for a living.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't mind, like I love talking to people. And I like talking to new people too. I don't talk to the same people all the time.
Right.
I always like to meet new people and have those experiences and get those perspectives, because then you get to see that, all the information they present to us as far as like how the world is and how like culture is and stuff like that is actually, I'm like, it's not as accurate, because there's a lot of different perspectives out there, and people see things through the lens differently, and it allows you to broaden it and be like, oh, okay, well, maybe I can do something, tweak this, and it just makes you a better person. You become way more rounded. And dealing with like, going across cultures and stuff, and seeing where the confusion comes in on certain stuff. And how we may see something or whatever, and then somebody else might see something a different way. Like I made a post the other day. It was hilarious. I was going through my feed and I saw the Sexy Red is pregnant now, right? So
that's a whole nother situation.
Yeah, well, I'm just like I'm putting it in context though, right? So I thought it was funny. It was in my head where it was like, oh, so I posted Sexy Red went to Pound Town and now she's pregnant.
Sure did.
Everybody, that commented on it or reacted to it, all laugh emojis, right? So they got what I was saying.
I think I laughed at that too. If I didn't put it on the post, I most definitely laughed in person.
But then there was a gentleman who like posted, like, she's a woman, she can do what she wants to, and blah blah. I'm like, I get it and everything and what you're saying, but your the perspective, I'm like, you're looking at it a little differently. It was strictly for humor. It wasn't to say that she couldn't do what she wants to do or anything like that, because she's a grown woman, and I believe in, women can do whatever they want to. I wasn't like shaming her in that. I just thought, it was funny to put the correlation of the Pound Town being a single song and her being pregnant, posted on Instagram or whatever, and put it together. And I was like, yeah. When I laugh in my head, and it's funny, and then I laugh out loud before I type it, I'm like, it's funny.
Yeah, it was.
So, yeah,
I agree. It was funny.
But it was just different cultures, different perspectives about something and how it's presented. And in our culture, we all get it. You know what I'm saying? This person's not really a participant of our culture or whatever. So I understood where he was coming from. And I can see why he saw it a little differently, because like I said, he's not a participant. But it's funny how, like I said, people don't look at the stuff the same way. That's just,
it helps.
eye-opening.
It helps with our imagination.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people don't have the opportunity to do that.
Yes.
And that's horrible.
Mm-hmm.
I remember one day I was talking to the guy that I'm still married to.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just, throwing off ideas because I was so excited in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just on a wave of imagination.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, I can't even talk right now.
Mm-hmm.
I can't have that conversation with you.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to be mean. It's just that I got so much on me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have the room to use my imagination.
Yeah, I've seen where a lot of people's bandwidth has been limited by stress and stuff, and you know what they're dealing with in life. And yeah, like I get that a lot of people like, you know, how do I think of the stuff that I think of, and how I'm able to do the stuff that I do, but because I have the time to be able to do it, but then also not only the time but the bandwidth to do it too, because my mind isn't cluttered with all this other stuff that it could. I'm like, you know, be sulking and stuff like that, like everybody else, but I choose not to.
Right.
I choose to go ahead, you know, go through the process of feelings and all that, have my experiences, and you know, cast them out. Release that energy.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Andres, Banked Out Radio Show, Banked Out Marketing. And if you need to put your business out there, if you've been having trouble creating original content that's going to last and help propel your business, give us a call, 478-388-0208. Been working with a lot of different clients, and we got a few more spaces where we can take on clients and help push y'all. I'm telling you, these campaigns are fantastic. Original content, creating reels, we can do skits, we can do outside marketing, we can do mail distribution, we can do radio interviews. There's a lot of different things to pick from. We can do commercials. We can insert those commercials into content that we do. So give us a call, 478-388-0208. Let us help you get your marketing needs met.
But yeah, I like to think that I'm an optimistic type of person. Yes, I'm not always jovial and joyful and things of that nature every single moment, because you know we're human, we experience stuff. But I think overall though, I try to like, you know, look at stuff in a positive manner, regardless of what the situation was. Like even like when I was younger or whatever, my mom was killed, and I went through that, and I went through life at a very young age. What was I, 12 at the time? So from 12 to like 32 or something like that. It was somewhere around there. That's a long time, like 20 years or whatever, of having this like cloud somewhat over me and not processing that fully, right? Didn't go through all the stages of grief that you're supposed to go through. Which not saying that you're supposed to have a certain time frame for them, but you know you have to go through all of them. And I finally went through all of them. And I finally went through acceptance. And the reason I know I went through acceptance is because when the anniversary date of her death came up, it didn't even cross my, it wasn't even a thought in my brain.
Yeah.
And it had gone. And I had like, oh wow, and someone had to point that out to me. It was like, oh, you didn't act angry around like February or whatever, like you normally are. Wasn't like a little more agitated, you know what I'm saying, than normal. And I was like, oh wow, you know what? I bet that's what that was. And like I said, it wasn't even a thought. Like the day came and the day went. And it wasn't until like 2 days later or something like that I was made aware of it. I was like, normally around this time, a little bit more hostile and angry. It wasn't.
It make you look back on all the time that you did spend feeling those feelings and going through what you were going through, and it make you like, dang, I'm proud of myself.
Yeah, it does. It gives you this sense of accomplishment, and like you said, proud of yourself, and knowing that you know you can process stuff and get over it and release it. And since then, you know, like I said, I will experience anger and like every other emotion there is to experience, frustration and stuff like that, but I won't hold on to them for long. And I've learned to do that, to where I have to let it go, because then I'm able to focus on better things.
That, and you'll be able to make room for the things that do serve you.
Exactly.
Because when you got your hands like this and you hold it on so tight, can't then get in and can't then get out.
Exactly.
So you make room for the things that you want to come to you.
Exactly. Like that. But I'm like, we've been talking and stuff like that. Have you been able to like, you know, get out everything you want to get out this morning?
I did. I mean, it's just, you know, we went there. We did a few times. I'm good. It was
That's
really
what's
good.
up. So, let everybody know, if they want to get on the waiting list and when they can look for it, and if they want to follow all that stuff.
Follow me on TikTok. I have a link on TikTok where you can click on there. You'll scroll down and see Sit at the Table. Just hit Sit on the Table, and you just sign up for on the wait list. Yeah.
That's what's up. So y'all
and you can find me at the Spain Experience. I'm sorry, I forgot to throw that in
there.
there. Find me at the Spain Experience.
So, like she said, the Spain Experience, TikTok. And you said TikTok is the waiting.
It's a link.
A link.
The link is in the bio.
I'm saying, so what's your TikTok handle?
It's the Spain Experience.
Oh, the Spain Experience. Okay, so Spain Experience. So I love it. Spain Experience everywhere. Because I be seeing people, they be like putting this and putting that. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Because I know I wouldn't
social
remember.
Media handles exactly the same,
Right.
or at least as similar as you can get them. So y'all make sure y'all go follow the Spain Experience. The Spain Experience. It almost sounds like a tongue twister.
A little bit.
A little bit. I'm trying to think of something. My brain is just going right now. But as always, y'all can continue to support the platform. Look for all the other different shows that's coming out. And let's see, what else I got? Oh, the app is relaunching, so make sure y'all go and look for there once I put that out. And then if you want to follow my page as well, it's Raul Cook. I took away my first name. It's in professional mode now, so y'all can see all the skits and stuff like that. I appreciate everybody for tuning in as always, and go out there and chase your dreams.